Boston Caribbean Fashion Week is back for its 5th year, starting August 8th. To tell us about the event is its founder and producer, the owner and event producer with V-Style Productions, Althea Blackford. Thank you very much for being with us, Althea.
Thank you.
Take me back 5 years. What got you started on this?
Just as a freelance choreographer for local fashion shows, and then working with other people's productions. You may not have known my name, but my work was always kind of showing. So people were like, "Oh, you should do your own show. You should do your own show." And I was like, it's not the time. It's not the time. But eventually, it turned into like, all right, this feels like it's the time and the opportunity. And also I was producing my show as well too, so meeting a lot of designers as well too, and just I kind of missed the elements of doing live events, so with the fashion show element. So then it was like 5 years ago, all right, it's time. And it started off as just, okay, let's do one event, and then the creative process went going from there, and it's like, let's turn it into a week. Why not?
Well, part of what you're doing with this event is you're showcasing the work, the design, the creativity of people based in Boston. So I guess you're helping to promote some growth in that area, right?
Yes. Always been one to give like someone that platform just to get themselves out there and showcase them the best that they can. So that was where I've always been in terms of my own show. So it was just like with the live events, it's even further of just saying, all right, now let's really showcase you. And then also at the same time to make sure that the fashion show is meaningful. So it's not just strictly just a friends and family show, that we make sure we have people of influence that care about your collections and how to get your career further.
Well, one of the people you're showcasing is Yolanda Seeley.
Yes.
She lives in Boston, in Hyde Park, I think, right?
Yes, she does.
Tell me about her.
She is from Barbados, and she is a local boutique designer, and her name of her store is called Dress with Confidence. And from there, she does a mixture of like African-like clothing. So that's where mainly her type of material is. And it's usually, or always, I should say, custom made. So it's a very one-of-a-kind design for you.
And I'm also wondering, where do people get the fabric for their clothing? I mean, I see some of these photos they have on their Facebook pages. You know,
Right.
They're very engaging.
It's based on what the designer is looking for in terms of like their collection. Some people, in terms of designers here, they may shop around in the local Boston area, but if anything, they may take the field trip down to New York because there's a wider and stronger selection down there.
Another participant you're highlighting, Damilola Gilbert.
Yes.
Tell me about her.
She is a recent grad from LaSalle College, and she's representing Nigeria. And she is focused on a Nigerian background, so her clothing is along that African style as well too. So we have a lot of culture going on for this year's presentation for the fashion show.
And of course, I know this is not all Boston. I think you have at least one person coming up from New York City.
We have actually two designers.
Okay.
Two designers that are coming up from New York. The House of Nassat with Nasanimo and Diodi. He is originally from Dominica, and he's based now in New York. And his style is crochet work, and it's amazing crochet work, very custom order. The patterns are very unique. And then we also have Ty Scott Label. He used to live here in Boston, so every now and then he'll frequent here as well too. Amazing ready-to-wear collections, and he's going to be showcasing a ready-to-wear resort collection.
This has been a Nose-In. We're talking about the Boston Caribbean Fashion Week with Althea Blackford from V-Style Productions. Althea, this is going to be going on for a number of nights, and where's the location where this is going to be happening?
So we have two locations this year. So from the actual Fashion Week events is from August 8th to the 12th, and from August 8th to the 10th, we are going to be at the Piano Craft Gallery. That's located in the South End, and then the big fashion show is going to be at the new venue location, the Underground at Ink Block, and that's over in the South End area. It's in between the South End and South Boston area. And that's going to be August 11th. And that's a free event to the public to come out with a VIP ticket option.
Yeah, there's some nice perks for those people who
Yes.
get the VIP tickets.
You get some guaranteed seating, and you get some nice drinks and some food. We have chair massages as well, and some other fun stuff. So we want to take care of our folks that come out.
Oh, tell me about how that contributes to the chemistry. We talked about materials and design, but you know, you're partying essentially, aren't you?
Well, we're having a good time. And the thing is about the Caribbean culture, we like to make you feel welcome and at home. And it's just part of the feel and the vibe as well too. So even though there's a free part and then there's also the ticketed part, no matter who you are, we treat you equally the same. We want you to feel welcomed and enjoy the actual events, because we have a performance hour and then we lead into the big fashion show as well too.
Now, one thing, one of the few things maybe I know about fashion is when I look at photographs, I see some pretty extravagant things, and this is all kinds of fashion I'm talking about. I'm saying, no one's actually going to wear that. and I'm saying, but why do people come up with things like that?
It's based on the inspiration, and then from there, like how you say, it sounds like it's such a crazy idea, and then give it like some fashion cycles later, and then that's the actual trend that's going on. So you never know. And the thing is, for a designer, they may see a pattern or a design and say, I like that, and may start that. And when they put it out for their collection, it's going to be a bit off, because what we're seeing right now is not fitting in the mold. So they may be a bit of ahead of their time by leaps and bounds, or just by a season. So it's just taking the risk and of the creativity from just making it work.
Well, what I also imagine here is that they're going to get some feedback, and there's going to be some sort of creative cross-pollination going on.
Yes.
What does that do for people?
Well, it gives them an opportunity to grow from there, especially our designers. And the beautiful thing is, especially with this year's fashion show, we have the fashion show day, and then August 12th, we're back at the Piano Craft Gallery, and we have our designer pop-up shop. So therefore, the designers actually participated in the show. They can actually, as a sample sale for them. So they can have that one-on-one feedback and criticism and potential orders for their collection, because there's always that I make, but no one's getting to buy. So we're also creating the opportunity for them to actually now sell their wear as well too, especially on a local level.
Do you ever think that this ripples out in some way, even beyond the communities that you're serving? Because I'm saying sometimes the mainstream fashion world, they tune in a bit too, and then they start doing things that you've been doing already.
Right, it's kind of like that well-kept secret. So yeah, it's just a matter of, if you believe in something and you see it, just, and you have the vision for it, just push through, and then eventually everybody else will catch on.
Well, in the meantime, if people want some more information, more details, you've got a website that they can check out?
Yes, they can go to bostoncfw.com.
Thank you very much for being with us.
No problem.
Althea Blackford.